So what's that like for you? Is that weird? And you can be honest, like I know we've talked about it, but I think people need to hear, what is it really like for you?
Sure. Okay. So it was definitely when I heard the whole story, and you told me about the girls and the story of how they came to be in your life and that whole thing.
You teared up.
I mean, who doesn't?
Okay.
Devin just lost.
I know.
Lost it. Shout out, Devin. What up?
Oh my gosh. Goodness.
But
delete. So you teared up and then.
So delete.
Edit.
So when you told me about how they came to be in your life, I mean, obviously I was like, who are you? Like, you're this amazing person, like all this stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, who does that? Like, who does all that?
I am
Nobody
strange.
Nobody does that. But it was amazing. And so being totally honest on this side of things, stepping into a situation like that.
Did you ever think you would date someone who had children?
Oh God, absolutely
Have
not.
you ever?
No.
I
I always said that I wouldn't.
You really? So you outright were like, that's not something I would do?
I outright was just like, I do not want to date somebody with kids. I'm not ready to
have to step into that role.
Like, like a stepdad role or like whatever it may be.
Sure.
I wasn't really ready, but I think there was some comfort in the fact that they're like older.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
like
just
also,
easier.
Yeah, like they're not it was easier to understand what you were coming into because they were fully formed in a way, I guess,
right. They're fully formed.
But it's still parenting.
A couple of them, sure. A couple of them are out of the house.
That's true. It's not like so when I say 3 kids, it's true. You're not walking into 3 kids, but I do want all my friends who are listening to understand that I want you to know that my situation has its own levels of complexity. So if you're one of, my friends who's on here saying, well, I have 3 kids under the age of 6, who's going to take me? Somebody will take you as you are, because I have a very complex situation, and bless it, Alex still takes it.
I have friends who have married women with 2 previous kids or 3 or like whatever it may be, because they just love that person. So it's totally possible, different strokes for different folks, whatever. But for me in this particular situation, it just did make it easier that a couple of them are out of the house. And then there's Allie, who's 11, and she's so awesome.
She is. She's the best.
Allie is like the best. Yeah. She's so funny, and she's like smart, and she's like witty, and we can like talk trash.
Yeah, you guys have your own little banter thing going.
We have our own thing going, and it's really cool.
And you're good with her, like for the people who followed me for some time and call themselves internet aunties, and you have been part of our extended family for so long. Just so you know, Alex is really good with her. Like you are very, very good with drop offs and the pickups, and she's had colds and flus. And you're so attentive.
It has been a learning process because I've
never talk about that.
I've never dadded before.
Yeah,
sure.
Sure.
So it was like just jumping into like.
Yeah.
Being playing. It is kind of stepping into that stepdad role.
There is no in between. I think that a lot of times people think that, I'll hold all the weight or I'll whatever. But the truth is, if this person's going to be in your life, it's just really difficult to have them there and pretend, especially if you're a single mom, pretend like there isn't some element of, hey, I have to step out of the room. Can you put dinner down for them? like there's just no way to pretend like they're not. There just was some babysitter, There
just was definitely a moment where I realized that that I was like very in love with you, and I wanted to be with you regardless of, not regardless of what that came with, but whatever came with you, like I welcomed all of it, if I could be with you, So I was happy to step into this role, especially because she's such a cool kid. I lucked out. If I, you know what I mean? Out of all the people dating someone with a kid, I get to be with you, who's like this amazing person. And then with Allie, who's this super cool kid. She's responsible. She doesn't argue. She does all her homework. She goes to bed on time.
She's better than either one of us was. When we
which
were
I guess is,
sure.
I guess kind of leads into the,
the news. Right. Well, before we get to the news, I love it. You gotta just, you gotta keep it going.